All right, we're gonna do some talking. I'm setting up an Instagram stream as well, so give me just 1 second for that thing to pop off. But I got this question from my friend, so I wanted to do a stream to answer it. Here's Instagram. Let me kick that. All right, cool. So my homegirl Tina hit me up in the DM, and she's going to Japan. So she has some questions. First of all, congratulations, Tina. Japan is freaking life, and you're going to absolutely love it. I think it's dope that it's your first time going. So if you have questions, definitely ask more. Anyway, so my friend Tina, she wanted to know what is some of the best options for using Wi-Fi and like how to get that connected, right? So let me give you some of the breakdowns and hope somebody can get some good information out of this. All right, so first and foremost, there is your built-in data plans that come with your phone, and you kind of probably don't want to use that. Now, these tips that I'm going to give are specific to Japan. However, the companies that I am going to mention work in many countries. I mean, I checked the list. The list is kind of sort of psycho. All right, so anyway, using your built-in data plan, somewhat a no-go. Now, if you have AT&T, AT&T does have a $10 a day plan. It's the simplest. It's the easiest. And Tina's here. I was just waiting for her. I'm glad she made it. So let me break this down. All right. So using your built-in joint, absolutely sick. It totally does work. $10 a day. I'm going for 14 days. So that's going to set me back 140, right? Not too bad. It's the simplest. It's the easiest. No drama. It definitely works. One thing to know, you don't have to do anything special before you go in order for this to happen. So if you do want to do that built-in sort of AT&T plan, I save it as an emergency situation. Like if I get there and for some reason the other two I'm talking about doesn't work, I can flick it on real quick and flick it off. And it's a matter of going into your settings and turning on the AT&T thing and then turning it back off. You might want to double check and let them know you're going, and they'll tell you it's just switch off. But my plan technically already has international added. It's like a $5 a month thing. I only use it the 4 times a year I go to Japan or something of that nature. Okay, so let me hip you to my other two favorites. First, let's take Pocket Wi-Fi out of the equation. So this is the Pocket Wi-Fi. I use a company called Global Advanced Communications. I will put that link in the description on YouTube. Tina, I'll DM you my links, but I do have this on I'm streaming also to YouTube, so it's there as well. So normally when I go, I'm a data whore. So I'm going to use the 5G, the fastest one possible. It's mad quick. The speeds get up to like 175 by 175. And normally I'm at like $120 for one of these, right? The drama with the Wi-Fi brick is, number one, it's another device. Most of them are slightly bigger than this hard drive. And they do get hot, so if you're discharging it, it's in your bag. If you got food or something, it's going to melt it. If you got water next to it, it will make that hot. They get hot, and anybody in your party cannot leave from within like 10, 15 feet of you, or they get disconnected. So that became sort of problematic. Now, when the phone joint came out, luckily, there's a couple other services. Things you need to know about these eSIMs, which are quite amazing, by the way. Your phone has to be unlocked. I always buy unlocked phones. I can't stand my phones locked to nobody, but you have to be unlocked. Anything iPhone 10 forward can rock an eSIM. So you're good on that. My brother just said the same thing. Like if your phone can use an eSIM, eSIM is the way to go. And so that's what I'm going to show you now. But you have to be an unlocked phone. And I don't think too many people are creeping anything less than the iPhone 10, but some of y'all be out there. All right, so here's my first one. This is known as Ubigi. These are the Japan prices right here. Here's what I normally do. I normally take a 10 gig Ubigi plan, and then you can top it up. So if you run out of that 10 gigs, you can add another 10 gigs. It's just, you basically walk out 30, 40 bucks light, but it just normally works. When I know I'm going data heavy, like this particular trip, I know for a fact I'm going data heavy, I'll probably pull the 50 gig plan. Now, I'm a nerd. I can set these up super easily, right? If you feel that you are nerd challenged and you're going to have some trouble doing the setup, pick the one that says USA and Japan. It's going to cost you $3-4 more, but you can turn it on before you leave the country, right? I know how to do it the other way, so I just do the Japan ones. But I've sent Lanai and my buddy Tyson both to use Ubiggy. They got there, and those two idiots couldn't figure it out. So now I send less nerdy people with the USA/Japan setup. You could turn it on before you leave Inouye, and then right when you take off, put your phone in airplane mode. When you land on the ground in Japan, turn airplane mode off. You're connected because that SIM does both, right? You save money by having the intelligence to read freaking instructions, Lanai, Tyson. But if you can't read instructions or you're just a chicken, which I'm okay with, you can be chicken in this particular case, you don't want to get asked out in Japan without Wi-Fi, then pick the USA Japan program. It's going to cost you a wee bit more, but that's okay. It does work. So my links to Ubiggy, you're going to basically download the app. After you download the app, you're going to install the eSIM according to the instructions, and then you're going to basically pick a plan. Normally, the 10 gig plan covers most people. I'm a data host, so I'm going to spend like 50. And then I have a code, which I put in the description, so you can use that code. You'll get some extra. I'll get a little kickback, like $3, whatever, but who cares? As long as you get set up, doesn't matter. All right, the other one that I like, which is really good too, is called Air Allo, and I'm sorry, their chart is dumb small. Price is roughly the same for 10 gig. It's 18 bones, but they do have a 20 gig plan, which is 26 bones, which in a way is a little better because you can go past the 10, but exact same setup. They do not have a USA Japan plan though, so you got to set this up and follow the instructions. The first time I did Air Allo, when I was taking the train from Kansai Airport to my hotel, Swiss hotel, out Namba, Osaka, best hotel. It was having a challenge connecting, but all I did was DM the dude using the train's Wi-Fi, and we were able to get it fixed up before I landed solid in Namba. So that works. So here's what I do. I have this phone has Air Arlo and AT&T. And then normally when I get there, you just turn off the AT&T, turn on Air Allo, you're good to go. And then on this phone, I have the Ubiggy, but I have one more trick up the sleeve. This phone also has Mint. If you happen to be a Mint user, something that Deadpool just put into effect is known as the Minternational plan. So if you happen to have Mint for 10 days, $20, you get unlimited and you get talk and text, but you have to have Mint. And they do some other weird stuff, like every month that you don't go international, they give you a couple of credits for your international game. So the Minternational plan works pretty well too. I'm going to be testing it out for the first time when I leave, but yeah, it's really, really good. So now going back to what my brother was fixing to say, most of these plans, though they have data plans, they do not have any phone options. Right? So you're going to want to have your WhatsApp, your Kakao Talk, your Line, or something of that nature working. The other thing, it works perfectly fine with messages on iPhone, and it works perfectly fine with FaceTime. However, for the people that you know and love, you're going to need to know their iCloud IDs because the phone number part won't work. Okay? So, for instance, I wanted to call my brother. I would type in pain in the ass little brother at iCloud.com and the phone would go brrr, and I'd be like, yo, Jay, can you check the office and make sure my studio ain't on fire? Right? So that's important. So like, for instance, if you get to Japan and you stuck and you need some help, you can FaceTime me. It's Pimstrong at Mac.com. You know what it is because I know I pretty much know everything about Japan. I can help you out. So it is one of those things that you have to do. So what I do is I set up different groups, right? So for instance, the group that I'm traveling with, I'll make a iPhone group with just their iCloud IDs and invite them groups. So we have a group for the family. It's called Travel Club, and it's basically all of our iCloud IDs. That way you know that FaceTime works, text messages works, whatever. I also set up a family group online and a family group on WhatsApp. So that way you're well covered, right? if you got, Korean blood too, you can get your Kakao Talk on. Kakao Talk is just as good as Line. They're all basically the same, but you should definitely set those up before you go. And so being able to hit someone up, actually, now I think about it, you could probably even use Zoom. You know what I'm saying? Because it just does work, right? And then it really, 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 it doesn't matter. Okay, Gil said he was using the Mint for traveling. Yes. Oh, just looking at Mint. Yeah, so I have Mint. Yo, listen, I'm stupid. This phone is AT&T and Arlo. This phone is Spectrum and Mint and Ubiggy. And again, your phones have to be unlocked. If your phone is not unlocked, you will definitely not be able to do this. But if your phone is unlocked, I like both Arlo and Ubiggy. I can't tell you which is best. I've always got both because it's going to cost me $40, $20 each basically. And the way Japan works is you're either on the NTT Docomo network or you're on the SoftBank network. And both of them are very good, but just like any other network, they both have dead spots. Out of wanting to be sure that there's no dead spots, I just do both because it's only $40. And before, renting the pocket Wi-Fi was like $100, right? Now, even if you only have one phone, you can put 10 eSIMs in the phone. It doesn't matter because you can only use 2 at a time. So you could go in a single phone and have both Arlo and Ubiggy, and they'll just switch back and forth, automatically, and you never have to worry about the dead spot. So I tend to use either Ubiggy or Arlo. Sorry. They're both the same. There's another company called Holofly. I haven't tested them yet. But yeah, they're all pretty good. So eSIMs is the way to go. Pocket Wi-Fis are a little outdated. They're faster. Let's get this twisted. They're way faster. But just the hassle of charging them, and nobody can leave you within like 10 feet, then they're disconnected. And so on this trip, Small, Emma, Moms, we're all going together. And I just installed this joint on all of their phones. I turned it all on before we leave. We land on the ground. Everybody's good gravy. And I never have to worry about anybody being disconnected. Little brother says Nomad eSIM has been pretty good. Let me pull that up real quick. Sorry, I'm backing up my MacBook in one thing, so I have to like reach around to type this. That sounds weird. Nomad eSIM. Boom, boom. Nomad eSIM. Oh, that's Ubiggy. Okay. That is Ubiggy. Oh, wait. All of the companies call it Nomad. I thought you mean a particular brand, Jay. It looks like they're all the same. Yeah, I mean, to me, honestly, bro, like, eSIM's the way to go. eSIM's the way to go. June, what brand are you using? There's a bunch of different brands out here. There's an app. There's something called Nomad. Hold on. Let me pop this in the chat real quick. There is something called Nomad. If you got a specific link, Jay, text me that. All right, boom. So this one, it says Get Nomad app. Sorry, these are small, but on your phone, it might look big. Let me see what they got in here. 20 gigs for $25 for 45 days on Nomad. Oh, I might try this one out. Oh, come on, little bro. This is cool. I'm going to be gone for 14 days, but I like a lot of data. I don't want to get caught out. You know what I'm saying? Just don't. Yeah, this Nomad thing looks pretty good too. So, yeah, check these out. Again, most of them are going to fall on SoftBank or KDDI. I'm sorry, not KDDI, which is the same. But yeah, most of them are going to fall out. Yes, International does work in Japan. I don't know if it's 5G yet, but I will tell you on August the 7th. Pocket Wi-Fi is outdated. You don't need that. Tell nephew to come here before he leaves. I'll set his phone up. Pocket Wi-Fi is a good safety net, but Pocket Wi-Fi is outdated and stupid because you got to charge it. You got to take care of it. You got to remember where it's at. It's just, just put it in your phone. I'm assuming nephew's phone is unlocked. If I wasn't leaving the same time as him, I would just give him one of mine. But yeah, pocket Wi-Fi is outdated. Oh, one thing that's good to know with most of these, double check the one you get. They all can do tethering. It used to be they all couldn't, but now they've all turned on tethering. And so, it's there. Faster is maybe not. It really depends. Because, like, for instance, this is an iPhone 15 Pro Max. The pocket Wi-Fis that you rent are normally like 2-3 years old. The Qualcomm chips inside here are way faster. This is an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Still faster than most pocket Wi-Fis when you got the right connection. So it can be faster. It's not necessarily faster. That's the weird stick on that. According to Nomad, SoftBank, KDDI eSIMs often come with more than one local connection. If you experience problem with one, you simply switch to another. See, there you go. Did you get a link for that Nomad joint, Jay? That's different? Oh, yeah, he got it. Okay. So I'm actually, instead of, I have room for multiple eSIMs, and I don't mind throwing $20 at a problem. I'm going to try this Nomad one, and I'm going to stream it out. iPhone 13 was 5G, and it still might be faster than a lot of them pocket Wi-Fis, because a lot of the pocket Wi-Fis are going to run on LTE. So the iPhone 13, whatever. Anyway, look, here's the deal. It's an additional $20, right? So just tell nephew, bring his ass. Uncle will sponsor him a proper eSIM since his mom is mental. There you go. Fam, I hope this helps somebody out. I can't wait. I'm about to go on a mission. And if you have questions or tips, here's something that I've contemplated for quite a long time and I've never done so. I always say I don't want to do another channel, but I have been thinking about doing a Japan channel because, number one, I go so often. Number two, a lot of Hawaii people are going, and they don't really have a lot of people don't know, or they just listen to each other telling each other the wrong info. I go all the time. It's like second home to me, especially if you're going to Osaka. I know that joint like the back of my hand. I can tell you all of the good places to go. I'm going to give you a pro tip that no one's going to tell you. Okay, Tina, I hope you're listening. First of all, Tina, I want to know what city you're going to because you didn't tell me. So either type it in the chat or DM me so I can give you some tips. I'll pick Osaka proper, right? Everything is concentrated in Shinsaibashi, Namba, and Dotonbori. If you go to, say, grab some food in Dotonbori, everything is repeated, right? So at the beginning of Dotonbori, there'll be a daruma. In the middle of Dotonbori, there's a gigantic daruma that turns around in the middle of the river, right? At the end of Dotonbori, there's one more daruma. Go to the one all the way at the end. Actually, go to the one after that because no tourists, less crowded, and the quality is better because the people aren't as crazy, right? It won't be as busy. And in the middle of Dotonbori, Tina, I want you to write this down. Eddie, who's in the chat, will back me up on this. You want to go to Teppan Jinja. It's right underneath the plastic dragon in Dotonbori. It's like 10 more steps, and there's a basement. The absolute bombest food in Osaka is Teppan Jinja. We don't repeat places when we go. We go to that shit 2-3 times because it's banging. I mean, banging, right, Eddie? It's banging. So you're going to see the red dragon is Kinryu ramen, gold dragon. Sorry, it's the gold dragon. Kinryu ramen, and then right next to that, you're going to see the kanisan, the big crab, and a little bit further down, you're going to see the tiny little sign for Teppan Jinja. Go straight down the basement. I'll send you a link with walking directions, Tina, and you go there, and when you come back, if you tell me it was booty, I'll pay for it. Because you'll be like, oh my God, that was crazy. Yo, that shit is so good. I'm tasting it now, and I'm not even going to Osaka. I'm going to Fukuoka. So yeah, I've definitely been thinking about doing a Japan channel, and just, you know, for the couple times that I go, just to put my info, my videos there, just to help people out. And yes, if you go to Teppan Jinja, you got to get the ebipan. Whew. Family, it's so good. Alicia said to make a Japan Notion page. I have a Japan Notion page. I haven't published it yet, though. Maybe that's what I'll do this trip, is I'll start working on my Japan Notion page and publish that joint so you can have it. But yeah. Oh, Eddie put the address for you, Tina. I'm going to text this to you in the DM. Hold on. Let me snatch this real quick. Come here. Come here. Yo, this place is so good. I got turned on to this by Eddie, and trust me, fam, it is the bomb. There's multiple locations, too. So if you're not near Dotonbori, there's a couple other locales. But the Dotonbori location, to me, is our original, so we just kind of like it. But I've been to one of the other locations, and I've also been to the one in Kyoto. So, yeah, I just gave you that. I just texted it to Tina, Eddie. She's going to come back, and she's going to hit us up. And she's going to be like, oh, my God, you guys need to tell me it was that good. Yo, it's crazy good. It's super crazy good. You're going to love that. Okay, there was one other thing I wanted to tell you. It's because she said she's going to Hakodate. Wait, no, that's Hokkaido. Where'd she go? Tina said, oh, Hakone. She's going to Tokyo, Hakone, and Osaka. Tokyo, pass. Actually, I'm not anti-Tokyo, but Osaka's way better. You'll tell me when you get back. Osaka is way better. It's just, Osaka is more normal. It's more normal, like normal people. You know what I mean? Tokyo people are weird. That's all. I'm done. I'm going to stop tripping before my friends get on here and be like, don't talk bad about Tokyo. Yeah, you're going to absolutely love that. So definitely go and check that out. And I'll hit you up with a couple other recommendations, Tina. I want you to enjoy your trip. But yeah, if you have questions, just ping me. Actually, guys, you can call people from IG. You know, if you have a friend that you know, you can just hit them on IG. Say, hey, I got a question for you. You know, so there's many different ways to get in contact, but make sure you set up that family group with the iCloud addresses, and anybody that you need to talk to, make sure you know their iCloud addresses before you go, because then you'll be able to start a message. You use the iCloud address. Want to do a FaceTime call? Use the iCloud address. Do not try to do it with the phone number. It might not work. Okay, that's the best tip I can give you. And yeah, if you have any questions, whatever, hit me up. I got you, Tina. Thanks for asking the question, because yeah, it's something I've been meaning to tell people, and I never really made a video about it. So here's my non-edited vertical version of the video to answer all the questions. All right, gang, I got to go pack for Japan. You know what it is. All right, peace out, y'all. Y'all be good. Mahalo.